Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Joanne Sri. My metric number is DLF22F1072. So let me introduce about the introduction. Ethical principle. What is ethical principle in procurement? Ethical principle in procurement focus on conducting, purchasing and sorting in way to build trust, ensure fairness and reduce negative impacts. This is being committed to fairness, responsibility and transparency through the entire process, from finding supplier to making purchase and managing contract. Coca-Cola is a strong example of the company that follow this ethical principle. It treats all suppliers equally, sets a clear standard, and choose partner who follow ethical practice. Coca-Cola also communicate openly with supplier, building trust and supporting ethical business practice every stage of procurement.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Mustafa and my metric number is 10DLS22F1027. So the first question is to discuss the key principles that guide ethical procurement practices. So for the first key principle is transparency. So throughout the procurement process, open communication and unambiguous documentation are crucial. Among stakeholders or supplier and consumer, transparency is very important because it promotes trust, improves accountability and helps to prevent conflict of interest. So the second key principle is fairness and impartiality. So it is critical to treat all vendors similarly and impartial in order to ensure a fair selection process. So this entails to provide all possible provider with an equal chance to compete and to avoiding from bias, discrimination or favoritism. This is in terms of their price, quality, service. So the last one is long-term partnership. So long-term partnership is sustainability improved by enduring ties with supplier who hold comparable morals and social principles. For example, a more strong and accountable supply chain may result in these principles on cooperative growth, cooperative problem solving and common objective. So these ethical principles are important in procurement practices.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Mara binti Muhammad Suhairi and my matrix number is 10LS22F1029. For 1B, I will explain the significance of aligning procurement strategies with CSR initiatives. So first, we have enhanced reputation and brand trust. Aligning procurement strategies with corporate social responsibility (CSR) initiatives is crucial because it demonstrates a company's commitment to ethical practices and sustainable growth. By sourcing products and services that prioritize environmental and social responsibility, a company can build trust with its customers, investors, and employees. This trust is increasingly valuable as consumers and stakeholders are more conscious of the ethical implications of their choices. This alignment not only enhances the company reputation but also fosters loyalty, which means this approach reassures customers, investors, and partners that the company's values more than a profit, as it contributes to a healthier planet and fairer global supply chain. Next, we have sustainable competitive advantage. Aligning procurement strategies with CSR initiatives is a powerful way for companies to differentiate themselves in a competitive marketplace. As consumers increasingly seek products that are ethically sourced and sustainably produced, companies that prioritize these values can appeal to a growing segment of socially conscious buyers. This alignment not only meets customer demand but also enhances brand loyalty and reputation. Which means this by integrating CSR into procurement, companies establish a long-term advantage that resonates with consumers, employees, and investors alike, and they will positioning them as a forward-thinking and socially responsible industry leaders. Lastly, we have long-term profitability. Aligning procurement strategies with CSR initiatives supports long-term profitability by enhancing efficiency, lowering costs, and improving risk management. By prioritizing ethical suppliers and sustainable practices, companies often streamline their supply chains, reduce waste, and minimize resource consumption, which can translate into significant cost and also savings over time. Which means altogether, integrating CSR into procurement not only strengthens the bottom line in the short term, but also sets up the organisation for sustainable growth in the long run.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mudin Fadli binti Muhammad Shaharudin. My contact number is NLS22F1088. I will continue to my part. Question 2A. Common ethical challenges and dilemma in procurement based on the Coca-Cola. First, labour and human rights issue. Challenge ensuring that suppliers follow fair labour practices such as providing safe working conditions, fair wages, and prohibiting forced or child labour can be difficult, especially when dealing with suppliers in countries with varying labour law and enforcement standards. Dilemma: balancing costs with ethical practices can create a dilemma. Ethical suppliers may have higher operational costs, and selecting them over cheaper suppliers who may cut corner on labour standards could impact the company's profitability. Number 2, supply chain diversity and economy impact. Challenge: Coca-Cola goal of supporting suppliers that operate ethically might exclude small suppliers or those in developing areas that cannot immediately meet all ethical standards. Dilemma: working exclusively with established suppliers that meet all criteria may limit opportunity for economic growth in underdeveloped regions, potentially creating an imbalance in supply chain diversity. Last but not least, cultural differences and local standards. Challenge: Coca-Cola operates in multiple regions where cultural differences and varying standards around labour, human rights, and environmental protection exist. Aligning these diverse standards with a single ethical code presents a significant challenge. Dilemma: there is often a tension between respecting local practices and enforcing the company ethical standard, which could be as enforcing Western norms on local culture.
Number 1. Supplier capacity building. Coca-Cola can invest in training and develop programs to help suppliers improve their ethical and environmental practice. This would support suppliers in meeting their company's standard and create a more sustainable long-term relationship. The solution is Coca-Cola could set up workshops on or offer financial support to smaller suppliers to help them adopt better labor practice or reduce their environmental impact. This will ensure that suppliers remain compliant and motivated to continue adhering to ethical standards. Number 2, strengthening auditing and monitoring system. To address the challenge of monitoring compliance, Coca-Cola can invest in technology that streamline the auditing process. Implementing real-time tracking systems like blockchain or digital platform would enhance transparency and enable the company to better track its supply chain in real time. So the solution is Coca-Cola can use blockchain technology to track the entire supply chain, ensuring each step of the procurement process meet the company's ethical standard. This would not only improve monitoring efficiency but also make it easier to identify areas for improvement. So lastly, consumer education and transparency. Coca-Cola can improve public understanding of the benefit of ethical sourcing through marketing campaigns that highlight the company's commitment to sustainability and fair labor practice. This would not only build brand trust but also create consumer demand for ethically sourced products. So the solution is Coca-Cola can include sustainability information on product label or their website, showing how the company is working to promote ethical procurement. This could appeal to socially conscious consumers who prioritize ethically product goods, creating a market-driven incentive for ethics.
So, for the conclusion is ethical principles in procurement are vital because of their build trust, ensure fairness and support responsibility social. For Coca-Cola, this principle extend to the reputation, strengthen supplier relationship, reduce risk and promote long-term sustainability. This is approved by provide Coca-Cola with a competitive advantage and help maintain to the public trust.